Sabbath church. You know, we cannot disappoint the children, eh? So there was no volunteer, so I volunteered. Okay, the name of the story today is Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. Once there lived a very beautiful peacock. He was decked in the most beautiful colors. He strutted happily among the other birds. His eyes gleamed with pride. The other birds gasped as he shook himself and put on a dazzling display of tail feathers, glistening with hues of blue, gold, and green. From a tree high above came the most melodious song. All the birds were instantly quiet. The song filled the air. Mr. Peacock stopped strutting and listened as well. Now that's the most beautiful song I've ever heard, he said. That must be a very beautiful bird that's singing like that. If only I could sing like that, my life would be perfect, he thought to himself. He tried to see who was singing so gloriously, but the thick foliage prevented him from seeing the songstress bird. He was totally obsessed with the song, and he soon forgot about his glorious feathers. He began to mope about his voice. He tried to mimic the bird who sang so divinely, but all that came out of his beak was a loud, irritated squawk. Mr. Peacock got very sad. He went into a corner of the forest and hid himself. I will just stay here and practice until I get this song right. Try as he might, he could only squawk as before. The other birds began to worry about Mr. Peacock. As they sang their morning songs of praise, God was listening as usual. God came to where Mr. Peacock was perched, feeling very sorry for himself. And God called a tiny, plain-looking little brown bird. Come over here, little nightingale. Let's see if we can get Mr. Peacock to stop moping and be his glorious self once more. The little nightingale came and sat close to Mr. Peacock. What does this plain little brown bird want with me? Wondered Mr. Peacock. The bird opened its beak and began to sing. Up jumped Mr. Peacock. Was it you who was singing all this time? Yes, said the plain little nightingale. You see, I am not nearly as beautiful as you are. Our Creator has given each of us something very unique. That first day you heard me singing, I was singing because I was so happy to finally see the most beautiful bird I'd heard so much about. I am blessed with a beautiful voice, but you are also blessed with the most brilliant plumage. Mr. Peacock stopped moping at once. He looked at his feathers, which he had forgotten to preen. He preened himself and fanned his gorgeous tail once again. Now he truly understood. The birds were happy as they watched Mr. Peacock and his new friend, Mrs. Nightingale, together. They made a beautiful combination. Mr. Peacock strutting and displaying his lovely feathers as Mrs. Nightingale poured out her heart in song. Everyone was happy. The moral of the story is, God has endowed each of us with different talents. Every one of us is special in our own unique way. 1 Peter 4:10 says, just as each of you has received a special gift, a spiritual talent, an ability graciously given by God, employ it in serving one another, as it is appropriate for good stewards of God's multifaceted grace. faithfully using the diverse, varied gifts and abilities granted to us by God's unmerited favor. Now, if you look around this church, you will see many talents. And I can point out some. So, Sister Sharon, you are one. Caring for people. Yes. Oh, Morgan, you are one too. You have you are good at drawing? Very good. Yes, we have really talented people here. Brother Vaughn with his patience. Oh my. All the patience in the world. Brother Sheldon, we're not forgetting you with song. Okay, so that's the end of the story today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the service.